Well, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Hillbilly Hobby. And I know you're wondering, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be working on the Jeep because it's not an aftermarket thing. We were trail riding last weekend, and I was trying to show you. And we were trail riding last weekend. Now let me get under here. I'll show you. And we high centered and ripped this dust cover boot on the drive shaft. So we are going to, I got the new boot. I'm going to put the new boot on today. So it shouldn't be too bad. Got the back of the drive shaft here. We're gonna start there. There's those are 8mm bolts, or 5/16 if you don't have the metric or don't want to do metric. They're 5/16 8mm, and then they get all down, and we're gonna drop this down, balance it on a jack stand, and then we're gonna mark where these spines for the inner shaft match up with the outer shaft. We're gonna mark those because these drive shafts are weighted and balanced, so if you do not put it back in exactly, you're gonna have problems. So we'll get to getting on all this, and I'll catch you up in a minute, but at least wanted to give you a preview of what we're doing today. All right, see y'all in a minute. And remember, if you like what you see, please like it. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe, and please share. I do this as a hobby. I do it for fun, so I just kind of like to show folks how to do stuff, and then also, like I said, do other content, trying to get other content on here, just like goofing off, riding four-wheelers, stuff like that. So it's not always a serious channel, but when it comes, I mean, you got to do maintenance on your toys too, you know, especially, you know, when stuff like this happens, you know, you don't want you know, continued dirt and dust and, you know, little rocks and stuff, you know, getting up into the shaft. That's not good. So that's really all that boot is for, is to just keep debris out and keep the shaft clean. It's still, you know, greased up. We're gonna clean that off and then put new grease. It's got new grease with the boot kit. So anyway, let me get to getting, and I'll catch y'all up later, y'all. All right, everybody, let me show you where we're at. So I've got these broke a little bit. I came down here, let's show you, and I've got at least this spot. Now I'm gonna have to mark them again because we're gonna slide this shaft out. So I got that black line is vertical, then I did a white and a black horizontal, and then I did the number 2, and I matched it up. They're both on the inner shaft and outer shaft. So you're gonna, when we go to put this back in, we gotta line it up, those spines exactly where they're at, so it'd be right back where it was. So now I'm gonna finish getting these out, and then we're gonna drop the shaft and slide out the inner shaft, get the remnants of the old boot off, clean up the shaft, put grease on, put the new boot on, and then reinstall. So I'll be back with y'all in a minute. All right, everybody, this is where we're at. I got all the bolts out of the shaft. I lifted the pumpkin up a little bit, the differential, to try to get a little bit of, get this level to break off, but it is not. So there are some holes in the back of this plate that are not bolt holes, then I'm going to use a screwdriver and hammer and pop it out. So once I get this seal off of this, she'll come off and I'll be able to slide her out, and then we'll put some new marks, because like I say, this is only a little bit of the shaft. There's more up in here, so as we come out closer to the edge, I'll put some more marks, the same ones on the same spines, so we can make sure we put it in right. All right, see y'all in a minute. All right, everybody, let me tell you where we're at. I gotta go get some like some penetrating oil, or like WD-40 type stuff. The axle, I got all the bolts out, but this axle's never been taken, or drive shaft, sorry, not axle. Drive shaft's never been taken off or anything like that, so it's in there pretty tight. So I'm gonna get some penetrating oil and get it in there and let it sit and everything, so it'll eventually break free. So anyway, I'll catch you back up. So once I get that, and we'll keep going. All right, y'all, later. All right, everybody, welcome back to Hillbilly Hobby. I finally got this here drive shaft out. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna wipe it down, clean it. Let's see, I got it marked closer to the end, in the middle, and then at the other end, just to make sure we get it lined back up. Because again, if you do not get this lined up, it will be a bad day. It's got weights on it, as you can see, here and here, here and here. That balances. It's a balanced drive shaft, so if you do not put it back in exactly how it came out, you will get vibration, and it'll start tearing up the differential and all kind of bad shit. So all right, I'll keep you posted. Get this new boot back on, and then we'll get the drive shaft back on and get it bolted up, and we'll be done finally. All right, everybody, we were cooking with Crisco. Got the new boot on. We got the shaft back in place. I'm gonna have to get this boot lifted up over this external shaft before we tighten the clamps, but at least it's on here. I'll get that. Now I'm working on tightening down all these bolts, and then they're supposed to be torqued to 15 foot-pounds, so I'm just going to put my ass into it pretty good. I did put Loctite on the bolts, so I'll put some ass into it. I'm not going to break out the torque wrench for 15 foot-pounds. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but there she is. It's been a day. Note that this kit, or this boot, I did get from Amazon. It was like 33 bucks or something. It was supposed to come with grease. It did not, so I had to, when I finally got the shaft out and I was going to clean the shaft and put the grease on it, well, lo and behold, didn't have any grease. So I had to run up to auto parts store, and it's a red tacky grease is what you want for the drive shaft. So not just general purpose, but red tacky. So anyway, so we're gonna get these cinched back up, get her done, and I'll let you take a look at the finished product once we get the boot in place correctly, and then we'll tighten these clamps down, and that'll be it. All right, y'all, see you in a bit. All right, everybody, we are done. I got these tightened on. I had to take the shaft back off because the boot had two different size ends. One was tapered, one was not. One had to fit over the outside shaft, and I got Loctite on those bolts, and she is good to go. All right, appreciate y'all watching.